Okay, dokie. What's up, everybody? Hips don't lie. They do tell you if you take care of them or not. Woo-hoo. I think I'll back up my mat just a little bit. Just like that, because I have time. And today, we'll be playing with a foam roller. So grab your foam roller. And I know I like to be in advance because I find that it's kind of nice to be early to things. Allows me to turn on lights, relax into it, not worry too much about sound, about any technological glitch that may occur. The class will start in about 4 minutes. So grab that foam roller, grab that block. If you don't have a block, you can always grab a book. If you don't have a book and you're like me, you can always grab some 2x4s. Just like that. You know, I have them hanging around. You know, just in case you need this 2x4. And I have time. There's like 3 minutes to go. A bit less than that now. But we do have time to like stretch a little bit. So might as well make the most out of it. So I do love this 2x4 to kind of do toe touch progressions. It's very interesting, and you don't have to do it. Really, I'm just waiting for 7 p.m. to start. The thing with toe touch progression is it stretches at the same time when you're going down as you're going up, especially if you keep those heels on the ground. Yeah, I love doing things. And we will start with that foam roller. For sure. So one concept I've been talking about lately in the last couple of videos is the concept of massage then stretch. So we're going to massage two key set of muscles here. We're going to massage probably some muscles you didn't know existed. The inner thigh and the glutes. Okay? So I'm just having fun here. And I don't feel a stretch anymore when I'm trying to touch the ceiling. So that's kind of nice. So that means my body has released and I can touch the ground without feeling too much stretch. So yeah, just having fun with it. Just went for an easy run today. And this week is going to be a toasty one, right? So my fun today was to figure out how easy I could go. It's kind of interesting because I was working on being smooth and trying to keep my heart rate low. And I didn't really worry about speed because with this, in French you call it canicule. There's no, like, you just get tired, right? If you just try to not take into consideration the weather, the humidity. Apparently it's going to be like super hot tomorrow with humidity like 36 or something. Anyway, that's what I've been told. And we're going to start in about 10 seconds with this foam roller, this amazing foam roller, and we will sit on it. Okay? So, pretty straightforward. Sit. And you can decide if you're going to do a figure 4 or if you're going to just lean on your side. If you do a figure 4 with your leg, you're going to put your ankle over on top of your knee. Now, not here, but on the muscle part, okay? So I'm just putting my ankle here, and I'm observing how tight I am. And I'm going to massage the muscle that I'm stretching right now, okay? So this is a glute stretch. And if I'm feeling this tension, you can stay on it until it kind of starts getting more comfortable. Again, we don't have an hour, we have 20 minutes today, so we won't spend 20 minutes on your glutes. We will spend probably a minute to a minute and a half, but this is a good tool for you to get, okay? So this is part 3 of Hips Don't Lie. They do tell you if you take care of them or not, and your butt's going to tell you if you take care of it or not right now, okay? And you'll find that probably the stretch is loosening up. I'm feeling it's a bit looser, and my butt is getting used to the foam roller, okay? So it's going to be a good time soon to switch around. All right? Let's do another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's switch side. So I'm switching side, and I'm doing a figure 4. I'm going to have to be careful because I have a nice little bruise where I want my ankle to land, so I'm going to go a little higher for this one. You don't have to. And you start by massaging your butt. No buts about it. Yeah, I love doing corny jokes. Okay, so you just kind of massage that nice little butt. Take care of it. You might notice it feels different on one side than the other, and that's okay. And I'm supporting myself with my hand right there. And I'm holding my ankle a little higher. You don't have to. I just don't want to press on a bruise. I don't know about you, but pressing on a bruise isn't really comfortable. Okay? So another 30 seconds of butt massage. Or if you want to be more scientific about it, you're going to do another now 20 seconds of glute massage. Okay? So, I mean, we can't really get massages nowadays. We're getting there, but we can't really, so might as well 3, 2, 1, take care of ourselves. So we're going to stretch, well, we're going to massage this inner thigh here. We tend to always think about the outer thigh, IT bands, and the quads, but we tend to forget about this part. And the first time I did it, let's just say there was a lot of discomfort. So you can press on the ground as hard as you want, as long as you put as much pressure as you can be comfortably uncomfortable on the foam roller. Okay? So you're going to put your thigh perpendicular to the foam roller. I love that word, perpendicular. And you're going to just roll from side to side. Okay? And what I like about this is it's also going to get the inner part of my quad, which tends to be very underactivated and also surprisingly full of tension. Okay? So just focus on your breath, and you might notice that it's also working on your core because you have to engage it to keep a good posture while you're doing this. And bonus, if you're engaging your armpit muscles, the lower part here, to keep your shoulders away from your ears, which is going to make you work more on your abs. So yes, we are absolutely making the most of our time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The other side is getting jealous, so let's switch around. Again, your thigh is going to be perpendicular to your foam roller, and we're just rolling the dough a little bit. I'm going to take my block here and just kind of roll from side to side. So again, this part tends to be ignored a lot and is tight and weak. So give it a bit of attention. If this is painful for you or really, really uncomfortable, maybe you need to spend more time with it. And if it's just feeling good and you're not really feeling much of anything, good for you. You may not need to do this kind of massage. But it's good to observe where we have tension on our bodies with the foam roller. It's okay to experiment. You're not going to do much if you're going on bone tissue because, well, bone is not muscle, so rolling a bone really won't do anything. So yeah. So we've foam rolled here. Now we want our body to remember that stretch that we did. So we're going to do this stretch called the frog. So what I like about the frog is that it's going to release the inner part so that our stretch in our glute is going to be easier after that. Okay? And it's weird, so if you're on your own in your room, it's perfect. Get your butt in line with the wall and you'll be all good. So you're going to bring your knees around 90 degrees like you're a goalie. I call it either the frog or the goalie stretch. And my shins are about 90 degrees. And I'm going to put my forearms on the ground and back up as far as I'm feeling a stretch. How far you go is really up to you. Don't force it, just allow mobility to come to you. And after that, of course, there could be some progressions, but let's just keep it simple for tonight and keep it nice and short. Because, I mean, we could do like a full hour of mobility and we'd be still scratching the surface. Okay, so we got another 30 seconds. So I'm getting a bit looser here. I'm keeping my core fired up so that my posture is optimal. I'm engaging my armpit muscles, my serratus anterior, and my lats to keep my shoulders away from my ears. And yeah, so you don't have to be sloppy when you're stretching. Keeping a good posture should be a good habit to maintain. Okay, so let's get slowly out of this posture, and we're going to do one of my favorite stretches here, which is called the 90-90. So 90-90 will stretch your glute and will prep you for the stretch afterwards, which is called the pigeon. So let's start with the 90-90. And the ankle needs to be at dorsiflexion. You may not go really far. That's okay, as long as you feel a stretch in your glute. Okay? So let's go nice towards our foot or our shin, whatever our mobility allows us to do. And just stay there and breathe. The first time I stayed there, it took me over 3 minutes to be able to get lower. So take the time it takes for your hip to release itself. And why do I like to do the 90-90 here is that a lot of people, when they do the pigeon, their foot slides down. Okay? So the stretch let's just say you just lose the alignment. So you're not going to feel the stretch as much. So you're going to feel like you can go really far, but you're not really going far. Your body is just trying to find the path of the least resistance, right? So I'm okay if I take the time to, if I do if I don't compensate, in the long term, this is going to be better for me. Okay? Okay, so that's good. And this is where we need our block or our dictionary. So I will turn for you guys to see me. You do not need to turn, okay? It's giving you, and I'm working on saying less okays. You want your ankle to be remaining where it is, but this time, so this is saying there, and I'm going to try to straighten my leg, and I will put my block under my butt, and then I will try to keep my foot where it is and focus on my breath. Keep those shoulders nice and away from your ears. You got just, we're going to do this one for 1.5 minutes. And there's this thing with static stretching and dynamic stretching. It all depends on the time of the day that you're doing it. If you're doing the static stretching, I usually like doing it at the end of the day because it helps me wind down and it helps me relax to go to bed, to be able to relax and sleep better. But doing static stretching slows you down, so you don't want to do that before you go for a run or a race, because it's really going to hinder your performance that way. Okay, there's a time for any kind of stretching. If you're doing the dynamic stretching, that's what usually gets your heart pumping. That's what activates your body and makes you ready to go. So the other side is getting jealous. So let's switch side. 90-90 it is. I'm sure you guys wanted to skip a step and go to the pigeon right away. We're human. We always want to skip steps. We're direct line thinkers. So we're going to go towards our foot. If you're cramping in the back, you can straighten your leg if you want. If you're not cramping, that's okay. Good for you. And just kind of hinge at your hips and feel the stretch in your butt, in your glute. Don't force it. Allow gravity to help you. Thing is, when you're forcing a stretch, your body will fight against it, so it will tense up more than relax. So allow your body to relax instead of forcing it to relax, because those are two opposites. Okay, here's another one. It's a challenge I've made. I used to say a lot of hum like this, and then I decided to switch them unconsciously by okays. It will come. Pauses are good too. Taking it easy. Being patient. At some point, you're what you do every day. So if you do this stretch every day, you will improve. You can't do everything every day because, well, there's 24 hours in a day, and I'm sure all of you are working, or some of you are students, or You just have other stuff to do, right? I will turn around. You don't have to go into the pigeon. So you got your 90-90. Grab that block. Keep it close to your butt. No buts about it. And I don't really care how flexible you are. Alignment is key. If you cannot maintain the alignment in your shin, you need your block. You can have a smaller block too. Okay? So straighten your leg in the back. Put that block under your butt. No buts about it. And you can either put your forearms on the ground or put your hands on the ground. Whatever your body allows you to do, just embrace it, and at some point you will get closer and closer to the ground. And maybe you won't need the block anymore. You have to be patient with that. If you want to improve, and maybe there's a physiological part of you, because no hips are made the same. Some hips can do the total splits, and some hips just cannot physically. There's it's the angle in the femur bone. The only way to figure that out is to take an x-ray. Or some people just can do it. Well, it's probably a physiological advantage that they can't too. Another 20 seconds. Just kind of breathe. Feel that glute loosening up. And maybe you can get closer to the ground, or maybe you cannot, and that's okay. Okay, so let's back up. Move that block from the spot. Keep it close. We'll finish off with one stretch that I really like doing that we did at our first class together, which is lying down torsion. You don't need to do the torsion if ever it is painful. I will show you the option with the block and with the foam roller. The foam roller is bigger as well, so it would be more comfortable for people that it might hurt. Everybody's going to lie down. You're going to lift your butt, move it to this left side, I've decided, and cross your leg. If you can't cross your leg, that's fine. What you can do is just lengthen the leg that is towards you guys, so the right leg, and I would go on top of my foam roller and just stretch my butt. Okay? If I can do the torsion, you can just cross your leg over the other and just hold your knee and breathe. And just allow gravity to do its job. Allow your body to just sink into the mat. Focus on your breath. Remember that the foam roller or the block can always be the one that is supporting the knee on the top. If you want to stay there, you can. I'm not going to stay long on the upgrade for this stretch because I have to be able to, actually I do have 2 watches, so I can. So one thing I like to do is grabbing my ankle that's under, and it's called, we're going to do this thing called the pretzel, okay? So I'm grabbing my ankle, I'm holding my top knee, And I'm just stretching my hip flexor under at the same time as I'm stretching my glutes. And again, focus on that breath. And notice if you feel like this is a challenge, if you think you need to do that one a bit more consistently. Like for me, I will do this one a bit more consistently. Some people, their shoulder blade can touch the ground, and some people, they do not. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. I like to use this word. You can decontortionize yourself. It's in the Roberts dictionary. Perrault Roberts, not le petit Robert. So we're going to do the same thing. I moved my butt towards you guys, and I crossed my right leg over my left leg, and I'm allowing myself to go towards the left. And we're not skipping steps here. We are breathing, and we are doing the lying down torsion. For people that they have limitations, you have your tools, and you don't have to cross your legs. You can support your knee on top of the foam roller. Another 30 seconds. And then I'm not going to be able to watch your beautiful faces unless I turn like a ninja. I think that's what's going to happen. I will turn like a ninja. Another 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can always come back on your back, grab your ankle, and then just pull and try to see if you can also stretch your hip flexor at the same time. Okay, I'm going to do my ninja so I can keep seeing your beautiful faces. Oh yeah. So I'm feeling my hip flexor stretching. My shoulder blade is getting closer to the ground. I'm trying to focus on my breath. I'm allowing mobility to come to me. And in about 25 seconds, the stretching mobility work will be finished. Focus on. Sighing is a good way to try to make your body believe that it's relaxed. Yeah. You can decontortionize yourself, a word that I love using in the Perrault dictionary. And you can lengthen your body and just feel how you feel lying down on the ground. Like for me right now, I'm feeling like my legs are sinking into the ground. Feels pretty good. Thought I've included as well with the glutes, inner thighs, and a bit of quad stretch so that we can say, oh, my quad, it feels good. Thanks so much for coming tonight. If ever you have any questions with regards to the stretches that we've done, woohoo! Perrault has made it on time. That's amazing. So if ever you guys have any questions about some mobility, special requests for next week, and I think that next week is a new month, is it? So if next week is a new month, I might bring in an extra twist to it. Not sure. So thank you so much. I'm looking forward to be hearing from you guys. If ever again you have special requests, triathlon related, this will help you with just relaxing your hips so that you can have a nice loose stride when you're running, and also that your hips are not a limiter on your bike and on your swimming. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be June already. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come up with something. And I'll see you on Monday next week. Have a good one. Sound effects not mandatory.